$200 silver. Do you own enough silver? Did you hear the big news from one of the world's largest electronics manufacturers, Samsung? They are shaking up the EV world with an announcement of a solid state battery that could use as much as 1 kilogram of silver. But we have a top analyst who's now saying we could see $200 silver. In this video, we're going to examine exactly what this analyst is saying and understand why he sees potential for silver to go to $200 and beyond. Kitco publishes an article that says silver is set to soar on Samsung's solid-state battery breakthrough, that according to a top analyst. Let's dig into this article. Before we do that, I want to dig into you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You decided to join me here in the basement. It's a big honor, a big privilege that you're doing that. Welcome to the club, basement dwellers. We love our silver and gold. I hope you feel at home here. I'll ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Please give this video a thumbs up, and super chats and super thanks are always super appreciated. But why are we hearing about an analyst calling for $200 silver? As we know, gold has had a breakthrough year as the yellow metal surged to new highs. Silver has struggled to keep pace, but that could soon change, according to one analyst who says silver demand is expected to increase thanks to one new technological development from Samsung. According to retired investment professional Kevin Bombraw, Samsung has developed a new solid-state battery. The inclusion of silver as a key component, combined with the increasing demand for electric vehicles, means that demand for the gray metal, that would be silver, will soon increase. So think about that. The demand for EVs is expected to accelerate, while at the same time, the amount of silver in each one of these accelerating numbers of EVs is also accelerating. That's like a double, that's like a 1-2 punch, a double good 1-2 punch. And we know as silver investors, we've endured a lot of bad 1-2 punches. So, hey, we're going to take a good one, right, friends? The key driver that will ramp up demand for EVs are range, charge time, battery life, and safety, he said. Samsung's new solid-state battery, incorporating a silver carbon composite layer for the anode, exemplifies this advancement. Silver's exceptional electrical conductivity and stability are leveraged to enhance battery performance and durability, achieving amazing benchmarks like a 600-mile range. That's like double of anything out there right now, guys. And a 20-year lifespan, which is also almost double, and a 9-minute charge time. This new battery checks all the boxes. It takes like an hour, I think, to charge a Tesla or whatever. I don't know. I don't have a Tesla, but you always hear people complaining. This new battery with all this silver in it is going to shake up the EV world. He noted that while official numbers are currently unavailable, estimates show that there could be as much as 5 grams of silver per cell in the battery, meaning a typical EV battery pack containing 200 cells for a 100 kilowatt hour capacity could require, drum roll, 1 kilogram of silver per vehicle. That's like what, 32 ounces, correct? Yes. Quote, with global car production standing, this is where he gives us the numbers, about 80 million vehicles per year. If only 20% of these vehicles, which would be 16 million, were to adopt the new batteries, the annual demand for silver would be around 16,000 metric tons. 16 million vehicles times 1 kilogram of silver per vehicle. This would represent a significant portion of the current global silver production, which is approximately 25,000 metric tons annually, highlighting the substantial impact on the silver market. To break that down in ounces, if that's in red here that I put on there, if 16 million vehicles use 32 ounces of silver each, that's 512 million ounces of silver per year. That's nearly half of the world's current mine production and recycling production, and we know that 1 billion ounces of silver that are being provided now, that number is decreasing. We're going to get to the $200 per ounce prediction and even a $50 per ounce prediction. But before we do that, again, thank you for being here. Please help support channel sponsors. They make these videos possible. We have our friends at Pimbex, where you can get your hands on some silver right now before all the EVs suck it in. But I think if you give Pimbex a shot, you'll find you get more metal for your money. Their prices are always ultra competitive, but just as important, they're a company that you can trust, and they have a great selection. And of course, our friends at First Mining Gold, Canadian gold developer, 2 multi-million ounce projects in Canada, and Fortuna Mining. They are a gold producer with operations right now mining silver and gold in Latin America and West Africa. Now let's get back to this $200 per ounce silver prediction. He noted that this alone presents a bullish trajectory for silver and doesn't even account for demand from the solar industry, right? This is just EVs. We're not even talking about the exploding demand from the solar industry. We're not even talking about the exploding demand from the military use or space or anything else. He said, quote, add in the fact that silver is already in a deficit. Oh yeah, we forgot about that too, didn't we, basement dwellers? With industrial demand from the solar industry pushing total yearly consumption ahead of supply, so we don't even have a silver capacity to spare. Okay. And he says maybe these estimates are actually too low, that we could get more like 50% adoption of these new batteries. And those numbers would just absolutely blow us away. It would literally suck up all the world's silver production annually just for electric vehicles. $200 silver. He says, for me, it's just another reason to expect silver markets to tighten up further, and the price of silver to take a run at its all-time inflation-adjusted high of $200 per ounce will likely be seen in the coming 10 to 15 years. If estimates of the true short position in the bullion banks currently carry in the silver market, that price could be seen much sooner. What he's talking about there is a short squeeze. All one needs to do is look back at the silver chart of the 70s to see how explosive the precious metal can move skyward when a true shortage develops and speculators decide to hoard, he concluded. My bet is we will hoard. What do you think about that, basement dwellers? Yes, we will hoard with you. And this is happening right now. The firm has signed an agreement with Toyota, which is the world's largest auto manufacturer, to begin mass production of these batteries in 2027, with Lexus vehicles scheduled to be among the first to integrate the new technology. The bad news, or the challenge that this may present, is the fact that we will need to have a new charging infrastructure in place. But if these batteries prove to be as efficient, long-lived, and all the benefits that we're hearing about right now, I think that could happen really soon. $50 silver. According to Charlie Morris, founder of ByteTree, this development sets the stage for silver to have a 2010-like rally. He says, quote, this reminds me of the silver rally from 2010, which saw the price surge to $50 on the back of demand for solar panels. The slump that followed was weighed down not only by a weak gold market, but also by substitution, something that has killed many commodity rallies. Yet the EV bull story is here and now, and as solid-state EV batteries can invigorate the crowd, silver is on to a winner. The silver price basically matches gold, but goes further. Not just in bull markets, but whenever there's a good story like this one. What do you think about the prospects for silver in this new solid-state battery environment? Leave a comment in the comment section. Do you think this is all just a bunch of hot air, or do you think it could really happen? We need to remember Samsung is one of the world's largest companies, one of the world's largest electronics manufacturers, and this announcement sent shockwaves through the EV community. It's going to be interesting. But again, take a step back and remember, more good news for silver. Doesn't it seem like every month we hear a story about some type of technological advancement that has to do with energy, has to do with artificial intelligence, and it always incorporates silver? I think the future looks very bright for silver. I also think the future looks bright for you and I together. So please come back here to the basement. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.